Alrighty, what's going on, Aidan? So, apologies for getting this video out so late. I've been really busy over these past few weeks. So now I'm finally able to kind of take a look at all these videos and really kind of break everything down. So, on the top, we have your current mechanics, and then obviously where we started. Why I like to do this video is to really talk about the differences between our mechanics, what we've been working on, just so you can also see it too, because obviously, after this week's lesson, we really saw the difference that we've been doing, that we're a lot more consistent with getting in the strike zone, especially too, working with different pitches. So, first of all, very proud of you for that. I could tell you're putting in the work. That's going to carry you a long way, not only in baseball, but also life too. So let's break it down and then we'll talk about it. So I'm going to play both at the same time and then we'll go over it. All right, so first things first, okay? One thing that you do really, really well in the top that we've been working on, I want you to take a look at your posture here versus your posture here, right? The top posture looks a lot more athletic. It looks like you're going to want to drive off the mound. That's what we want whenever it comes to pitching, right? That's what we want as a pitcher, that we want to be able to drive ourselves down the mound. We want to basically take all the potential energy that we're trying to build up and transfer it into kinetic, right? So first of all, that's kind of one of the big things that we very, 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 very much worked on at the very forefront and at the very first lessons, was really working on how do we get a better load? How do we prepare ourselves to take that load and drive it through our mechanics? So that's one of the biggest differences. Second of all, I want you to take a look at just kind of putting these on here. Look at how much more efficiently your body looks in the top versus the bottom, right? So in the bottom, obviously everything's kind of working in different segments, right? Versus at the top, right? Everything goes at one singular piece, and it just looks beautiful, right? So that looks beautiful. Also, if you notice too, if I were to get rid of this real quick, take a look at your back leg here versus here, right? We want to continue to drive like this, right? And in the top, you do a great job of getting yourself loaded into your hip, right? You're doing a lot better of getting into your hip here rather than here, where here you're just going up and going down. On the top one here, if I were to circle right here, we see that there's a little bit of a hinge going on that's causing us to get more hip-shoulder separation and really drive our hips through our mechanics, okay? So that's another thing you do really well on. Additionally, whenever we get to block position here, you're doing a better job of continuing to go down the mound, right? Take a look at your bottom half here. Take a look at your bottom half here. The top one looks a lot more athletic, and it looks like we're really getting out in front versus the bottom one, you're just kind of striding out as comfortable as it feels. Here, when we look at the top, you're really starting to get into here of really breaching yourself to your maximum output, which is awesome, right? Additionally, too, front hand looks a lot better on the top than the bottom. One thing I want to continue to work on is this back foot. I know that's kind of been one of the topics we talked about a few times, is really keeping ourselves so that when we land right here, right, we're able to stay connected just a tad longer, right? Because if you notice then, right, I don't have a problem with you shifting your body this way when you're throwing, because that's creating a tunnel here for your arm to go straight, right? But we also want to make sure that our equilibrium, that we don't throw it off here, which causes us then to go this way, right? So that's another thing too, that's causing you to go into that. And, to be honest with you, Aidan, this is also why I like doing these videos once in a while, is that, whenever I'm doing these analysis, I could see something in the video that maybe I didn't see whenever you were throwing, and I'm able then to pause it and kind of look at it. So I really want to work on, because if you think about it, right, we're in this position whenever we're in block position and both feet are squared up, right? They're both level on the ground, right? So that then we're able to then generate power, right? Instead of one foot lands and the other one's coming up, right? Another thing you're doing really well, you're doing a lot better of a job getting your front half. If I were to clear everything here, you're doing a lot better job of getting your front half to finish better down, rather than just leaving it up top. So that's another thing you're doing well. Obviously, we'll continue to work on that as we continue to progress. But so far, Aidan, you're doing a fantastic job. And obviously, very, very proud of you for the improvements that you've made and the adjustments you've made. And obviously, just continue to keep building, man. So great job, and then we'll see you next time.